Hello painters, it's Debbie from acrylicpouring.com, and as you can see I'm back today for something a little bit different. So I'm stood far away so that the camera is right over there so you can see today my setup for how I video my pours. I get quite a few questions about my setup, especially when I do the dual camera. How do I stand in front of the camera and have one facing down as well? How do I edit my videos? What equipment do I use? Do I use special lighting? What about my camera? So I thought today I would try and answer a few of those questions and show you my pours, show you my setup. So today let's take a look. As you can see up here I have a video camera, and I'll bring that down in a minute so that you can see, but this takes the downward view, and I'll switch to it now, and there are my hands, and you can see, and I can zoom my camera in and out so that I can get what I'm working on in the frame. And there's two ways basically you can do your videoing. You can either, come a little bit closer than I am here and take a video from the front of where you're working, or even one over your shoulder, or to take a view like this one straight down onto your work surface. Or if you want to get fancy, you can do both and then edit the two of them together. So depending on how you want to do that, you might need different equipment. So here I have a bar system, and it's adjustable so I can make it wider or narrower. It also has adjustable height stands here on either side, again so that I can bring the camera down closer or I can raise it up higher. I've got it so that, that I'm not going to hit my head with the camera there, because if I bring it down too much, then the camera is actually in the way of where I work. So it pays to have a little bit higher up, and in this case it's higher than you would normally be able to work probably with a standard tripod. So that's why I've got this arrangement. This is actually I got it from Amazon. It's a photo backdrop support. So generally if you went into a photo studio and they were hanging some drapes or something behind you so that you were posing in front of the backdrop, this is what this is. This is a backdrop support. So for all of the equipment that I'm going to show in the video today, I'm going to provide links. So look underneath the video on YouTube, or look in the article on my blog, and you'll be able to find all of the equipment, and it really is not that expensive to set up. So that's this bar, and then I'll show you in a minute the clamp that I use to hold the video camera. I've also got a little bit of lighting here, and I've basically got 2 or 3 different sorts. This set here comes as a set of 3 lights, and again they are adjustable, so you can adjust them up in height. You also adjust the bulbs, and it comes with these special very white daylight bulbs, as opposed to like a yellow fluorescent bulb that you might have in your house, so that when you take videos of your pours, it gives some nice realistic light. Now this set comes with three lights, 2 tall ones and 1 shorter one, which I can put in the front just here. I haven't got it here now because it'll be kind of a little bit in the way. And it also comes with these umbrellas. Now as you can see, they're kind of big, and if you've only got a small space, you may or may not want to use the umbrellas, and mostly I don't. So I'm going to cut now and just take this out the way, because I find them a little bit too big, and especially they're as we're looking like this, they're way too much in the way. So I'm going to take this out the way now. So the lights do come with the umbrellas if you want to use them, and that's good because it can stop the glare, especially when you're working with shiny metallic paints or wet paint. When your lights are shining down on, you can get a little bit of glare, and it can make it difficult to take good photographs. I also use some extra lighting from time to time. I've only got 1 hung up here now, but this is another good thing about this bar. It does mean that whatever I want is easily on hand, and I've got some of these clamp lights. So it just has a clamp like this, and I can hang these up on my bar, and I've got 3 of them. So in the event that I'm pouring in the evening, which I don't tend to do very often, and I need a little bit more light, then I can hang some extra lights up here on the bar just to point down on the desk. But most of the time I do it during the day, and I brought my table over here next to the window, so of course I get uneven light because I get more light on this side than this side. So this one here helps to just even it up a little bit. Obviously not as strong as the sun, but it stops some of the shadows on the pours. That means that you can't see all of the details. So now that you can see my wider setup, let's bring you in a little bit closer, and I'll show you some of the details. So here's my camera that I use above me. It's just a standard video camera. In fact, it's quite an old kind of cheapy one. So let me bring that down. I'll show you how I've got it attached. If I can grab it. There we go. Oh, disaster. No, I've got it. Okay, so this is how I have my camera attached to the bar up on the top. Let's actually unscrew this just so we don't have any accidents. And I can put this to one side. Okay, so this is the clamp I use. This is a Gopro clamp. It's really strong. I have to use like 2 hands to unclamp it, and that's really good because it clamps up on here, and then it has this little tripod adjustment, so that clips in on the top here of the Gopro clamp, and it has a tripod screw. So once I have that, then I can use the tripod screw here in the bottom of my camera, and then with the flexible screen that it has, it turns around in all these different directions. So once my camera is up here and facing down towards my table, I can turn the screen towards me, and then I can see exactly in the screen when I look up what I'm recording down here. So that's really useful. It also has some, you know, like the record button and things here too, and the zoom. Now the zoom on mine is kind of broken because it's been a bit painty over time, I think, and as much as I try and clean these things up, all of the buttons here, they're all kind of painty, and so this camera is a little bit unreliable. It tends to sometimes be zooming in and out on its own, so I'll be down here, you know, talking about my painting, doing things, only to find when I look at the video later that the camera was zooming in and out, and you can't watch the video because it'll give you a complete headache or something. So that's how I attach the camera up onto the top just there. Now I'm going to switch this around and show you what the camera setup pointing at me looks like. So this is the other camera that I use, and I am delighted to say that this one has been bought by the kind donations from the people from my channel. So when I posted recently about the difficulty I was having taking my videos because all of my equipment was broken and my videos weren't working very well, several people got together and donated to my GoFundMe account, and I was able to buy this one. This is like a tablet. It's a Samsung tablet, and I use the video camera in here, and also I had enough left over to buy just an easy tripod to go with it. So now I have the tripod set up like this, and then I have the tablet on here, and if we spin this around, this is the bracket that I use to hold the tablet, and again I'm going to provide all the materials for that, and it's adjustable so it holds all kinds of things. I don't know, I think this is just for tablets. This one would be too big if you wanted to use a phone, but you can use the exact same kind of setup. So you get yourself a tripod, get yourself some kind of phone bracket or an iPad bracket or a tablet bracket, and then I can point this at me. There we go, when I'm doing my videos, and then I can see in the screen the video of me that I am shooting for you, hopefully. So there we go. I hope that has been really useful for people who are looking for ways to video their pours, and I've showed you the equipment that I use and how I have it set up. But if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. So check out the description underneath this drop down video, underneath the video on YouTube, or check out the blog article and you'll be able to see more of the equipment that I use, the links to where you can find it, and I'll be happy to answer your questions there. Thanks very much for watching.